We met through a Native American woman named Diani Oahu. She lives in Vermont, and we were living in her community at the time. And one of the things we learned from her was about being ceremonial keepers. And that in her lineage of the Cherokee people, there were always these people who kept the ceremonial rhythms. And so we learned about doing ceremony from her and the ceremonial cycle. And pretty much since then, we have always kept, you know, it's a little irregular, but both the full moon cycle, so we do some kind of event on the full moon. We also do a yoga class and music on the new moon. And then we do the sun cycles too.
But in the Native tradition, we were doing sweats and we were doing various things, and Paul was probably a little bit more involved in that than I was, but we learned a lot of the ceremonial stuff there. Trying to figure out what fits that combination of ritual and ceremony, and trying to get the significance of it, but also make it so that it's more of a fun event for people at the same time.
When we learned ceremony, it was a very serious thing. And when we moved to Boulder, we found that people didn't like to do serious ceremony. So we started creating fun ceremonies, combining them with music and, you know, fire spinning and the tribe. You know, it was connecting with the tribe. We started the first Full Moon Drum Circle probably in like 98, 97, 98. At a place in Boulder called the Solstice Institute. And it attracted a lot of people, and then the drumming thing kind of died down, so a lot of times on the full moons we've been doing electronic dance music, and we always incorporate some kind of connective ceremony with it, so people are aware that we're maintaining what I call the ancient rhythms. We're aligning with not clock time and, you know, not all the, you know, the weird rhythms that are in our external world, but we're aligning with the rhythms of the earth and the moon and the stars and reconnecting with that. And tonight, somewhere in the middle, we'll do this connection ritual where we kind of get ourselves aligned and we send peace and energy to the earth and to the people, and so that the energy that we generate gets spread out through the matrix to, you know, help bring benefit to all beings. One of the pieces I learned from the Native tradition is that the way all indigenous peoples create prayer and align with universal energy is through coming together and dancing and singing together. And whether they're doing, you know, a specific form and their foot patterns that go with specific dances, or whether it's just people getting together and having fun and dancing and singing together, there's a way that a community energy builds, and good energy builds, happiness builds, joy builds, and that's, you know, and then we dedicate that to, you know, go into the earth and help change the patterns of the earth, and remembering those things we've forgotten about, coming together and creating medicine. culture to help people get back into their bodies and remember and get over the, you know, there's a lot of trauma both in the physical body but also in our ancestral lineage. So, you know, we're still working on releasing, you know, fear, pain, and trauma that goes back 7 generations. So we're doing healing for our ancestors now, and there are things like yoga and doing ceremony and, you know, all kinds of deep therapy work that people are doing to try and shift the planet and the consciousness of the planet. And, you know, that's what, again, learning from the indigenous people, their awareness is always on the whole, and the unity of, you know, the trees, the earth, the rocks, the people, you know, I mean, we're all one being, and we need to remember that, and we need to find ways to connect and harmonize that, because, you know, we live in a very fractured reality right now, a very damaged reality, and we have to do our bit any way we can to try and rebalance it. We do it all. It's just us chickens. Yeah. Well, we have a website, doublerainbowranch.com. We have a Facebook group, so if people want to connect, that's the easiest way to connect. Cool.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Namaste.